It's your girl, and I'm back. Guys, this is the third time I've had to record this video. So, hopefully third time's the charm. What is up, guys? It's your girl, and I'm back with another video. I forgot I need my phone for this. Alright guys, today we have gathered here to talk about 7 reasons why you need to read manga. So if you guys remember previously, I made a video called 6 reasons why you need to watch anime. I'm awesome. I'll have a video here for you guys to watch. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Reason number 1. So I don't know if you know this. Black Clover is currently on a hiatus right now. The reason for that is the anime has gotten too close to the manga, and instead of deciding to make a bunch of fillers that absolutely no one wants to watch, they decided to go on a hiatus, which I respect their opinion on that. If you switch over to the manga side, you're still getting your weekly content of Black Clover, but you guys know the hiatus is temporary. Just give it some time. If you do pick up Black Clover in the manga and you watch the last episode, should be around chapter 270, I think, somewhere around there. Start there. And my second reason, I call this the 7 Deadly Sins fiasco. And by that I mean when the anime is completely botched. By botched I mostly mean poor animation quality. So usually when you have poor animation quality, you tend to wait even longer for them to fix it. Most of the time, someone else re-releases the anime, and that makes you wait twice as long as you have already been waiting, because anime watchers, you guys do wait a good minute in between seasons. So when the animation's kind of crappy, manga readers kind of have the upper hand, because we know how it ends. Reason number 3, no fillers. Like what I stated before with Black Clover, mostly fillers are there to make sure that the anime and the manga don't get too close together. And if they don't have fillers where it's completely unrelated to anything, like some random backstory or just some side quest, or like them in an alternate dimension, usually they'll just drag fights out. Sometimes, like, I understand why, but sometimes the writers just get carried away. We'll talk more about that later. Number 4, when there's a cliffhanger. Usually this is when the season ends before the arc is done. So for an example, Haikyuu, when I first started watching it on Netflix, it was only the first 2 seasons, and it kind of made me have to search for the rest because they only had the first 2 seasons. And I was like, so what's gonna happen? Am I gonna have to go straight to the manga, or can I find it somewhere else? Like, what's going on? Sometimes with cliffhangers, it's also because the season wasn't renewed. So with that in mind, people have to understand that it's actually really hard to keep a long running anime going. So sometimes it's based on like view count, budget cuts, things like that. So you never really know like what's coming into play. I call this the dub watcher struggle because I feel like dub watchers kind of have it rough out here. You always have to second guess, like, is it in dub? Where can I find it in dub? Or is the dub finished? When will the dub be finished? Dub watchers are going to have 2 different types of spoilers. They have to worry about the manga readers and the sub watchers. By the time the dub is out, it's way after either. So I feel like dub watchers especially will kind of appreciate being a part of the the manga readers. If you guys are dub watchers or sub watchers, it doesn't really matter. I only prefer whichever one I'm the most used to, you know, to each his own. That's all I have to say. So my precious dub watchers, if you guys are watching this video right now, continue to watch anime and try out manga. Alright guys, number 5. Blue Exorcist situations. And by Blue Exorcist situation, I mean when anime completely deviates from the manga. A great example would be Tokyo Ghoul / Tokyo Ghoul-ri. I myself never really got around to reading the Tokyo Ghoul manga, but my brother told me that it was definitely one that I needed to go back in. They just left out so much of the plot that to the point that it kind of doesn't really make sense. They kind of just threw characters in there, and he kind of like explained it to me. I personally think that Soul Eater fits in this category. The anime for Soul Eater is amazing, but the manga, I remember I bought a book like several years ago. I thought I knew where it was, and I started to read it and had the realization that it's completely different. And believe it or not, normally when things like this happen, it's past the point of no return. So usually when it gets that bad, often it ends up ending early. Number 6, when the anime never gets a season 2. And I'm talking about majority of the anime with a completed manga already. So normally when this happens, this leaves the open ending for the anime watcher forever. It either makes you have to choose to read the manga or just leave it alone forever, and you just never know what happened. A perfect example would be Sinbad. Believe it or not, the anime adaptation for Sinbad had a manga. It is finished now. I personally thought it was good enough to get a season 2. It never did, and a lot of people were upset about it because they wanted to know how it ended. So they had to go back and read the manga. I'll probably have the pictures up here for you guys. And my last point, number 7. I personally think that it's more convenient. You can watch anime now on the go, but not as fast. It takes half the time to read than it does to watch it. When you are so far ahead of the anime, it lets you look forward to meeting villains, heroes, or just any side character really. Awesome fights that are about to happen, even parts that you want to skip. Sometimes you'll know when it's a filler from like the first 10 seconds of the episode. You're like, yeah, no, that doesn't happen. And this is my favorite point in this whole video. When you read manga, guys, you might actually finish all the anime in your queue. Normally, when you tend to read manga and watch anime, oftentimes they'll just merge together. So what you're reading becomes what you're watching, or what you're watching becomes what you're reading. You know, they say it's impossible to watch every single anime in your queue. Think about it. If you can read 20 chapters a day, that's practically a volume, which is like 1.5 episodes. Even if you were to only read what's in your queue and then we'll watch it later, technically you've already, you know the plot. You might actually narrow it down and just start marking off anime in your queue. And think about it, guys. With manga, most of it is just pictures anyway. If you're really, really into it, I know you'll just breeze past it. And, you know, there's plenty of reading apps now. I know Crunchyroll has manga now. You know, Shonen Jump. I'll put a whole list of different places you guys can read manga. These are official reading apps and websites. Alright guys, so that is 7 reasons why you need to read manga. I hope that these points either made you think about it, considered it any kind of way. I also want to say thank you guys for all the support, all the love, especially for my Twitch channel. I know I haven't been streaming. I probably won't be streaming for a while. I do plan on coming back. When I do plan on streaming, I will post it on Twitter. So guys, make sure to keep an eye on that Twitter for me. If I do a stream, it might be last minute. So once I figure out a doable schedule for myself, I will make sure to make an announcement about it on my Twitter accounts. Like always, thank you guys for watching, and you know how I do. That's the thesis.